You see, the War of 1812, when the Star-Spangled Banner was written, was not the only battle our flag has been involved in. In the 1940s, the United States found itself in the midst of World War II, fighting both Nazi Germany and the Japanese Imperial Army. On February 19, 1945, U.S. Marines invaded a tiny island in the South Pacific called Iwo Jima. On this island was a large mountain called Mount Suribachi. On February 23rd, in the midst of enemy fire, a small group of Marines were ordered to place a small U.S. flag on top of Mount Suribachi. A small U.S. flag. Commanders thought it was too small, so what they had to do that day is they sent another group of Marines up to put a bigger flag up on top of Mount Suribachi. Hence this photo behind me. Here's a short video clip that describes what happened on that day. And stay tuned after the video clip because there's more to the story.
For centuries, Mount Suribachi crowned a barren island of little value, Iwo Jima. But in 1945, two armies want it badly. Japan is using it to attack B-29s passing overhead. America sees it as an emergency landing strip. They will both now use it as a slaughterhouse. At 9:02 a.m., the first wave hits the sand. The beach is steep and loose. They struggle in the fine volcanic ash. But as more waves come ashore, more men and machines get stuck in the sand. Soon, the crowd on the beach reaches critical mass. That's when the Japanese open up.
I could look up from my foxhole, and it was just 20, 30 mortars in the air at a time.
By 9:20 a.m., it's an unceasing, ear-splitting barrage. No Japanese are on the beach itself. Most are entrenched on Mount Suribachi. Inside the mountain is a maze of tunnels and monster pillboxes, with walls up to 4 feet thick. The Japanese can pummel the entire beach with lead. Marines are trapped within yards of where they landed. The assault on Mount Suribachi begins by punching it from the air and sea. Americans make the dormant volcano seem alive again. Then, Marines start to climb up. Soon, blood starts to flow down. As usual, Americans rarely see the Japanese. So they pour fire into every hole. After 4 days of relentless fighting, a handful of Marines get to the top. They plant a small flag tied to some old Japanese pipe. A few hours later, a larger flag goes up. Gilberto Mendez can see it from his troop ship, and his emotions go into overdrive. He's about to come ashore to join the fight.
My heart was beating 1,000 times a minute. My skin was like chicken skin. I lost my fear. If those guys made it, I could. But it was false, that feeling, because the good stuff hadn't started yet.
Welcome back, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed that video. As I told you earlier on, there's always more to the story. 6 U.S. soldiers hoisted our Star-Spangled Banner, U.S. flag, on top of Mount Suribachi on February 23rd. One of the U.S. Marines pictured in this photo's name is Michael Strang. He's kind of behind everyone right here. Remember that name, Michael Strang. After the flag was hoisted on Mount Suribachi by those 6 U.S. Marines, the whole group that went up there that day stood around for a final photo. Over here, standing right here, is Michael Strank. Next to him is a young man by the name of Keith. How do I know his name? Because that is my father. My father was on top of Mount Suribachi that day. His best friend was Michael Strank, who was killed just a few weeks on Iwo Jima after this photo was taken. I'm named after Michael Strank. So I'm especially proud that my father was part of this amazing event, and that I'm named after one of the flag raisers on Iwo Jima. Thank you for letting me share this story that's heroic in and of itself and is so personable to me. I hope you enjoyed the story of Iwo Jima, and I hope it makes you even more proud to be an American, to know what our soldiers went through and continue to go through to protect this flag.